Welcome to Doki-Doki Literature Club Episode 2. Nothing bad will happen. You can trust me. I'm the disembodied voice over the internet. Yeah. Okay, Tenacious Journey Whirlwind Universe Fear Crimson Meager Misfortune Aura Contamination Eternity Disaster Variant Extraordinary Music Horror Graveyard Raindrops Ambient Passion. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual thing greets me. Hi, Siva. Yo, Sayori. Best friend. Looks like you're in good mood today. I'm I'm still not used to you being here in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things for you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh, that's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh, eh, that's that's all of a sudden. No reason, really. It's just I wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and all its contents spill on the desk. She's broke just like me! Only two small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How do you know? It's simple. If you had enough money to buy it in the first place, you would have bought the snacks before you came into the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so the only one option. Or I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. I forgot what voice I did for her. To hell with it. Yuri suddenly giggled. Uh, you didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. Uh, uh, I wasn't listening on anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Steven to let me borrow some money. That. Don't get me involved in that theory. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after playing a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is far enough retribution. Ah, did I just? I didn't mean that. I got absorbed in my book. Uh, I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. That's. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution, retribution. That still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. After all, she told you guys that she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit for that one, Sayori. Oh my god! I wasn't expecting that! What? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What? Eh, a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that was one actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayuri hugs the cookie. Please, just eat it. Sayuri rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Mm. Sayuri suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. You look really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate! Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy they shared this one with me. Sarah gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up and nudges Sayori off of her. Um, Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. This villain! Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Oh, mouthful Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. She's dead! Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? In the ground. Good question. Have you ever, have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. Hmm, that's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. She's in the ground. Of course she's okay. She's not. She's probably just had something to do today. Like infiltrating the United States Bank. She's pretty popular after all. Huh? You, you don't think she's has a... You wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's not true. I am hot as fuck. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. No, we were fine. Eh, Monica chose the Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed, unlike me. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. I'm leaving. I held you up anyway. Ha. Well, my last period was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. Ha ha ha. That makes no sense, though. You would have had heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music at all, Monica. I don't really. I kinda just started recently. She's so good at being a better person. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds very cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Siva. Monica smiles sweetly. She's going to kill someone. Ah, I didn't mean any sweat pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share it once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Don't kill anyone over it. Thanks! So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Theori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure that sickly will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori, Sayori somehow managed to finish her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri. Yeah. Ah, that's sudden. I suddenly noticed that Yuri had seen a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting. I was kind of just waiting on you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yeah, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? No, not at all. Thank you very much. If there's one thing I can make my. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a cup of tea. Not to mention yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, and the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me a water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To be my to my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have some water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Yeah, I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Hmm? Where are you two off to? Uh, we're just, Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. Not that I was gonna murder anyone or anything. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That. Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Siva in club activities? Uh, uh, my mouse gapes. I I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Hmm. Then let's go, Siva. We don't need her. She's not a threat. Ah, Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her head forward against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, I just. Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Siva, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because I'm going for the Yuri route this time. It's not like all women. Nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain into a hurricane. Ah, no. Wouldn't you wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would I be if I didn't respect them? Friends, you say? Ah, um, Yuri lifts her head. Siva, I really like being friends with you. Nothing more. Thanks, Yuri. I won't overthink this later. I like being friends with you too. Nothing more. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing the best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Siva, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. My tastes are incredibly broad. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. And an un unknown nondescript temperature. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Ho ho. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Don't bet on it. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I will try expressing myself a little more. It turned out it's not very hard for me to do when it's you who's around anyway. Ah, I think she likes me. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Siva. It's very endearing. That's. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Siva, I have a request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? I love sitting on floors. It's the best. Plenty of leg room. Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. That too, I guess. Look, sitting up against the wall is great. It's better than chairs. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize. No, I realized. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. It's 'cause you're tall. Have you considered cutting pieces of your spine out? Is that so? I wonder why that is. Tall! It's most likely because of my ah your posture, right? Always hunch over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. That's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Yeah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag full of small chocolate candy that I kept hidden from Theory's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer to her until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She planned it all. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the words around her are faded. The world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. This is kind of absurd if you think about it. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book after finish. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the paper. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Mm. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, if that in that case, Yuri is already focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another one and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation is completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place another chocolate in their mouth. Not another one, the same one. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yeah? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did did I just Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Oh, Siva. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but sure, yeah, we'll say that. That's all it was. Friends. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell that just by her expression that even she can't focus now. It's an incredibly awkward situation for the both of us. And my heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Ah, like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everybody. Oh, ah. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Shiva, can you help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll, I'll take care of the cops. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacup from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much of a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. You know what time it is. You there, woman! Here's a poem. Let's see what you've written for her today. Yuri stared at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Siva, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job at explaining, and I guess I got lucky picking words. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even our hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that practice patience on her to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid. No, it's completely fair. But seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writings before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people just laugh at me. Do you really think that? I mean, I think the same thing about my writings too, which is why I don't write. Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share your poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Oh boy. Deciphering. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by a scuffling of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as I unhumanish. I don't think that's what that said. Something human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware the raccoon that it fed will always come back for more. The enticing medium, like cutting knife, was the symptom. The bread, the hungry curiosity. The raccoon, and was still not what that said. The moon incidentally is face and something and reflects that much more light of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eye of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions on the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken the following to follow me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoons become hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Oh god, she killed it! Classic. Pavlovian. Still not what that said. Conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. You killed it! How could you do such a horrible thing? Um, I was a little more daring with the one than you witnesses. I can see that. You killed a raccoon. It's a lot more metaphorical. No, you killed that raccoon. I don't know if it's my I don't know if it's my fault, but I can begin to imagine what its poem is about. She killed a raccoon. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying the emotion through them. Yeah, if I take a face value, then I can't figure out what it's supposed to mean. Pretty sure you confessed the murder of a raccoon. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. You mean harming animals? I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in more of my unusual hobbies. You you cut things that bleed. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. Completely fair. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? I mean, besides the, arming living things thing, that's completely fair to hide. I would do it too. Hiding that I did it, hypothetical. I don't do that. Uh, It's not worth defending myself, it'll just make me look more guilty. Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. More of concern that you cut animals. You're not a butcher. Don't you have anything like that, Siva? Let's see. Can't say any of them. Because demonetization or something. I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best way, the best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's different sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. I'm a great listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Thea. I am a great person, I know. Not an exaggeration, despite what the text says. It's just how I feel. I wonder, though, I would. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And yours to think, and you are to think that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sweetly at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Onward to Monica. Let's not make her feel left out. Hi again, Siva. How's your writing going? Great. Alright, I guess. No, it's going great. Oh, I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't bet on that. You never know. I want to share what you wrote for today. Sure, here we go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Yeah, this one's good. Feels like you're only getting more comfortable with your right style. But the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? Hmm, I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I won't murder her. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Mm-hmm. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversations out of her. Just me. I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? Probably not good stuff, I'm guessing. I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Oh, of course not. It's just, I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that? You must be pretty into her. No, I deny any allegations. You completely misunderstood. Calm down. I'm just kidding. I won't murder her. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers the last part to me. It's just a hunch, but well, that's not really anything wrong with that. Or weird nowadays. Ah, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, foreshadowing. I want you to read my poem now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of weirdness, meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, and piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. I know what those mean. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. What does that mean? Very interesting. It's even more of an abstract than your last one, huh? Ahaha. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said I didn't like it. It's just kind of a thing that I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my piece of pieces of paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines are really short, make it seem like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Ha ha ha. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. Poem can be an abstract as physical expressions of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Now, hmm, very interesting. What do you mean by that? You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this the tip even? It's even a tip about writing? What am I even talking about? Har 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 har. Ah ha ha ha. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. I think something might be up. Maybe, just maybe, she's a robot. Nah, it can't be it. She's a real person. Sayori, my best friend. Oh, I like this one, Eva. It has some nice feeling in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Hmm, let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not really helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not exactly sure that's how that works. Then again, I guess conveying feeling is an important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Oh, God. Oh, why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, sure, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. You need therapy. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. Hmm. I guess it's like happy poems, happy stuff. Yay! Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little both. There's a world out for that, right? Word for that, right? So what I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Theory. You're so joyous and go lucky and sweet and happy. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud on your head, a sad poem can give that rain cloud a little hug and make a nice, happy rainbow. If only it was that easy for life. Theory that's unexpectedly poetic. Ah, is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Eva. You are such a good friend. I should go write that down then. You can read my phone now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp of like I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's a warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in the bottle to keep it safe. I I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. In a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is started to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes the bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friends, and more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up, and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottle that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who weren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap! Theory, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. It taught me a whole lot. I've really, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I can see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out, so you sh be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express my feelings this way. I can't. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Fairies always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. No more than a week. I wonder if this one's gonna last. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I write the poem? Who should I share my poem now? Blah 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 blah. Hmm. I like your last one better. Huh? Really? Well, yeah. I can tell you were a little more daring with this one, but you're not good enough for that. It fell flat. That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring things so out. I mean, I always, I always like the poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoyingly and complicatedly language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. You're always head over heels for all that cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Ha! Making you reader look so hard for all the deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion, and I'm sure you figured that all out already. Er, anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. It's not my arachnophobia. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, that's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me out and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders. Her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world would be better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everybody. Not bad, right? It's a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. You could do better now. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. You know people like that. Of course, it's all about how everyone thinks my. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote the poem. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has something of weird. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something you're afraid of. If people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. That, ma- but that just makes people stupid. cares about what someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone, it would make them happy. I think people need to. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. You wrote about something similar today? Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poems are about unusual hobbies of her. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, it's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it sounds like she has learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the messages in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's good a message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions and is important. But I always make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good poem one for. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too. So look forward to it. Okay, everyone. Well, we're all done reading some poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could come sit at front room. Is it about the festival? Well, sort of. Uh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. That's a concern of mine well as well. I don't really do well with long last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Yeah, sorry. I thought you heard about it yesterday already. We're gonna be performing. Performing. Uh, Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having poetry performance. Each one of us is going to choose a poem and recite it during the event. But the cool part is we're also we're also going to let anyone else come and recite poems too. Terry's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Terry, who's been coloring a poster, hold it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Ah, well, I did. Do you really think that's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this. There's no way I'm gonna be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. You could, you could never, and I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Kiri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what the literature is all about. Yeah, It's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And if it's those reasons that it's those reasons that we're all in the club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and recite a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. Despite my social anxiety and general introversionism, I don't think it's too much to ask of me, an introvert who would rather not be in front of a lot of people. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Oh, okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have any choice. Haha, that's everybody. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Foreshadowing. Oh gosh. She knows. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No, no way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of a club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off by helping. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Ah, of course. Now let's see. Monica flips her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins to recite her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line like she recites each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before? Is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Theory looks hypnotized. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that she doesn't that she do, that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That that was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping that to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh wow! Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called. Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called The Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she was practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in this much effort? As Yuri gets the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her book. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns, and it's structured that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be the rare glimpse of the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered. bewildered even herself. Hi, it's up to me to save the situation. I'm in the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri a recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Siri hopped out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Ah, ahaha. Sorry, I giggled. Siri, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Ah, let's try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or you're in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. I see. Okay then. Theory begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made for the perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Theoria's. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I wouldn't think so much about it. But hearing it come from Theory's voice almost gives a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Theory meant when she said she didn't like my poem. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone that I thought I knew through and through. Theory finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Theory. Even Siva liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Theory. The atmosphere of your poem fits you really nicely. But it might be a lot. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work as well with that kind of delivery. Eh, I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where the sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's well. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick the poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Yay! Now, who's next? Natsuki? Hmm. Cool, maybe we can go before Siva. It's not like I can compare you guys anyway. Might as well let Siva lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. You're cold, woman. Natsuki, it's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, make me feel really awkward. Oh boy, here I go. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive an applause anyway. It's not like they're being kind or anything. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something you'll improve over said. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem it's called, Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Hmm. Anyway, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her soul attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unis- unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Nekusi's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as it give as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of every other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want to for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is. So, well, I guess in that case, you don't have to worry about the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. So, it might be hard, but I hope all of it might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what's it like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice for the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. So, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so it's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish playing tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright, I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Hira and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. They always do. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Theory? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It's a little nice, though. Well, ah, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Siva. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I will come with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. Um, I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we got to. I mean, Sayori fumbled with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me in a spot out here. Why don't I just walk home with all three? The three of us, the three musketeers, the amigos! Well, we're going with the Yuri route, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You must forgive my sins. Wait, I should have saved. Oh God. I'm walking home with Yuri, huh? Can I? No, it's too late. Damn. Oh well. I can just replay this again and save. It's fine. Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down. So, isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez, there's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe, but I just like think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know. Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in my head right now. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry, everyone is different. Nobody in this club is a replacement for you. Hmm, if you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question. I can't just lie to her, but if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Well, that does it for this episode. Guess I'll see you guys next week. Unless I happen to upload another episode or a video. Nah, I won't